Hello everybody and welcome! My name is Offsummer and this is episode 19. Yay! In today's episode I'll spend the first 5-6 minutes showing you the base around, the changes have been, the castle and everything else. And the rest of the episode is basically going to be a tutorial for Thaumcraft and FTB Interactions. So if you're interested, sit down, relax and enjoy. And if you learn something new, do let me know. It makes me very happy. Alright, I'm gonna probably start off by showing you what definitely not here. Here. I got the gassed chicken, as I told you, and you see it here is 10-10-10, we have 16 of them. I had a lot of problems with it. Really, by that I mean I had problems outputting the eggs. I tried with ender conduits and I tried in all sides and it didn't work, which is odd because it works right there. But yeah, I just put a hopper and connected to it. So what does this do really? It creates oxygen and a few more liquids that we're gonna see here. Nitrogen, argon and noble gases. So yeah, that's a thing. What does they do? These simulation chambers. Okay, this is the one with Enderman. It's probably taking a long time for I don't really care about its drops, but this one here has thermal elemental data mold. And you can create these with any kind of powder. So I just went ahead and you actually have to kill, I think it was 10 of them, and I was just looking for the bleeds, but apparently you can use any of them. So yeah, this one is not running anything, and this one has witches, because the snowy biomes have a lot of them. Now they've been working. I've been doing a lot of building. I'm gonna show you next, but yeah, this is pretty much what we've got. I was thinking about kind of automating these and making because with alchemical matter infuser you can get witch hats, and with witch hats you can glowstone, gunpowder, redstone, but it's really not enough. I mean, I would have to run these on a server, and yeah, nah, not really into it. So okay, what else? Okay, yeah, I've been electrolyzing ruby to get some chrome dust, and that's been fine, I guess. Now this room in here, I added just 2 more machines. This one I think it was in the last episode already, but I added the arc furnace, and I taught him how to make rough iron and steel, so we can get stock on that. I also changed the hellfire kiln. I can't remember what its name is, but I made this multi-smelter, which basically just smelts a lot of items at the same time. I think it's 16 by default. I mean, with this setup, if we change these coil blocks, it will probably be faster. Then I moved these 3 blast furnaces. The other 2, they're still there, but these 3 are, here. Now, it was kind of weird automating these because, like this one, for example, this one knows how to make redstone or red alloy, right? But I'm gonna show you real quick. MK, I'm gonna take one of you. Right. So the way I did this was I connected this MK to the network somewhere. I did this somewhere here, but you get the point. Then I put my crafting model, and then I say, for example, I put a recipe here. I say this equals to this. And again, this is just an example. But in this case, the input is not just enough, because we also need, for example, for the red alloy, you need 2 pieces of redstone that need to go to this fluid extractor, which then goes into the blast furnace. But when using these crafting managers, you don't really have access to that, right? So you click on here and that's it. So what I did, it's just put these in here, and then say, for example, I need to send you to the satellite, for example, right? Now, after you set it up, you can remove, well, you can remove the recipe or the crafting model and then put it back in your crafting manager. That way it will work. Something else that I have problems with, and just let me clear this one up. I don't want to ever use that. So these output bus, because it outputs, it will, if you have it attached to a result pipe, it will just accept it automatically. So the system will never realize that, hey, we got these. So a workaround for that, it's can I walk down here? Kinda. So it auto outputs to a chest, and then below that I put my result logistics pipe. So after the crafting is done, the system says, oh, this is my result, I'll take it. Otherwise you just run into a loop. Pretty much that it. Yeah, I added a few recipes here and there, but yeah. Okay, moving on. I did a little building. I cover them. What was that doing? The knacker production. Yeah, I know how to say it now. Knacker. That I still haven't finished that one because, you know, it's going to look ugly anyways. Here I'm expecting to put some kind of gate with little tiles. I've been messing in creative with little tiles in my second world, and it's pretty nice. I like the, well, you see when it comes. Then I moved my farm, because one of the things I'm gonna do is, oh, actually I can jump on this because it's fertile soil. Fertile soil is, you know, just dirt and bone meal, right? So okay. It also increases the growth rate at any point. Can't remember, but yeah, this is the food I'm using right now. Leafy chicken sandwich, which is just chicken sandwich. If you have any kind of chickens going on, you can go ahead, put it on the ground, and let's say just smart chickens, kill them, you get the raw chicken. What else? The loose cheeseburger. This is just a hamburger with some cheese, raw beef, and a toast. Okay. Apple juice is very simple as well. Apple jelly sandwich. For this one, you're gonna need some kind of nuts. Tree nuts, that is. So in my case I had these are there just for decoration, but I have the results. I should have them here. Yeah. And pizzas, ham and pineapple pizza, right? The dough we make it in the mixer, and just a regular pizza, which is dough, tomato, cheese, and some kind of pork. Yeah. So that's my food. That's how I get to 100% in all of them. All right. Moving on. Now what moving on? Anyway, that's the castle. I've been working on the castle, and I'd like to show you my castle. Sorry, excuse me. I'm very excited. I've been working on this for a few days, and the reason I did not do a time lapse is because first, it's kind of difficult, really. And second, I've built and destroyed so many times that it would be just confusing. This is going to be kind of a tutorial for Thaumcraft, specifically for FTB Interactions. Those of you who have been watching these, well, you already know. For those of you who come just looking for Thaumcraft information, well, I'll let you know that we already have the cheater's Thauminomicon. Yeah, this one here, the recipe. You will need a starlight crafting altar and all these things: Harley's Mundis, diamond dust, fingering gem, and a regular Thauminomicon with 3. Well, you see the recipe here, but that means that we unlock pretty much all the research, so we don't really have to spend any time on the table researching for pretty much anything. So yeah, yeah. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the quests. For now, this is what we've completed so far, right? So, okay, what can we do right now? So, we should probably start working on, first, if we're gonna do any crafting, you should have a look at this workbench charger. Now with silver plates and the flawed quartzite that you get from forge hammering, the regular quartzite, you'll get these V resonators. Alright. Now with that V resonator, 2 infused wood columns. This is just infused wood. The thing about infused wood, at least in this pack, is let me know if it's different, but the only way to make planks are through the luminous crafting table. So yeah, that's the thing. Then this is regular crafting, 3 on top of each other, make 3 of them. Okay, as you can see right here, we only have so much V available after we crafted these, so we either wait or we find another chunk in which you know, we have more V basically. All right, just by moving it, if we actually go ahead and move it, we take everything out, we move it right next to this you know, in this other chunk. We try the same recipe, put the crystals in, and hey, we have more than enough now. Now, the thing is, we made that for a reason. Let me take the chunk borders out, and that is so we can have these in here. Let's put all the crystals back inside, and let's put these on top of it. Now, before we only had 175, I believe. Now we have all these V available to us. So crafting anything becomes much less of a pain. Alright, for the next thing, I'm gonna need to get some hardened leather. Give me a second. Next, in order to make the caster's gauntlet, we're gonna need steel plates, hardened leather, a V resonator, and a thermometer, along with, you know, some of the crystals. There we go. That should be a quest. You give us 5 ORMV. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and look for these blank laser focus next, and for that, I think I figured it out. It should be something like, oh, I don't have glass with me. Let's just take 4. It's nice to have always a bit extra, because, you know, it tends to evaporate. And so, yeah. Now, with the goals of revealing, we're gonna be able to see what's going on here. And I think the recipe should be something like 4 pieces of glass, 2 aquamarine, and silver wood. Yeah, that should be fine. Now we're gonna need an ordo crystal. Let me pick one from here. We're gonna throw that in there. And that's our blank laser focus. Awesome. For the rest of the stuff that remains in there, I'm just gonna throw these. That's still not quite enough, apparently. But nothing remains in there, so that's fine. That's another quest out of the way. Thank you for that. Let's look at this focal manipulator. You can use these arcane workbench as a regular table, crafting table, so we can make these stone slabs in here. And these are required for our focal manipulator. And there we go. We're gonna put these anywhere, really. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna put that one right there. And if we open it up, we're gonna see a new kind of a menu, right? These are blank. Where is our advance? Oh, that's right. We're gonna have a look at the quests, and we're gonna, you know, get our blank advance focus. Let me put the rest of the crystals there for now. With our blank advance focus, we have 2 options. We can either apply something to ourselves, which includes basically everything. You can throw bolts to yourself, you can apply some break effect and cores, but that's not fun, right? What we actually want to do is, say for example, touch. Touch means everything that you touch will be inflicted with, in this case, bolt and arcane mines, right? But for that, you will actually need, well, actually we could craft it if we had all these different V crystals, and we can always change it. That shouldn't be a problem either. Just click on this thing here once you have all the required items. But again, these would mean that with our gauntlet we had to attack in melee, right? And that's not fun either. So let's right click on them to erase them, and we're gonna say projectile, right? Now if we applied bolt to it, or I'm just using bolt because it's the first one here, but you get it. Fire, something. That means that instead of you having to touch something with a globe or with gauntlet, you can just throw it. The better the blank, advance, or the focus, you'll get, you know, different ranges and the maximum or total complexity. Alright, for my specific case, because this is interactions, what I want to do is I want to go here to the bottom and I want to select heal. This is going to be applying on ourselves. Could we make anything else for ourselves? Nah, I think for now, really, that's it. If we want anything else, well, we would have to just make another lesser focus. And hey, we already know how to make them. So let's say power healing 3, 4, your maximum complexity, you can see it in here. 5, I think it's also the maximum. So this will require just a Victus crystal. And oh, look at that, we are giving one of those. What a coincidence, right? Now we have it in here, we click on start crafting. Hear a noise and the Victus will be consumed and we'll have something like that. Have a look at your controls and check for Thaumcraft and just put any key binding on here because, well, you're actually gonna need it. So in my case, I'm gonna set it to J. Is that right? Hey, thank you. Yeah, okay, so in my case, J, that's it. Just, it need to be somewhere in your inventory or in a pouch. We could look into that, but this is just the one object I'm gonna have. So press J. Now, if we were to take any damage, just by right-clicking, you restore your health. This is my maximum, but trust me, I'm healing quite a lot. So yeah, healing 5, 4 V per cast. That's I don't know how much V do we have really, but yeah, that's a thing. Something I probably didn't mention is you see this crucible here. You can use magma blocks underneath instead of fire or niter or you know that works. Now we're working towards these. Improved version of the Essential Smeltery, the Thaumian Essential Smeltery. I'm gonna need just a few things. The one that should be new for us is this alchemical construct. Alchemical construct is just iron plates, essential tubes, and essential valves, which are just tubes with lever and great wood planks. So let me go ahead and craft some of these, and I'll see you in a second. Let me go ahead and craft a few tubes. 2 crafts will be good enough for us, I think. Now, because we made this alchemical construct, if we have a look at our quests again, we're going to be given another chemical construct, crucible, and some Salismundis, which is pretty neat because we are definitely going to be using these. Where? Probably here, and I'll change that for some magma blocks. I can actually do that right now. Ta-da! And using your Salismundis, I believe you can click anywhere on the block, but hey, we get our Thaumatorium, which is gonna come in handy in order to craft some recipes. Now with some Thaumian plates, alchemical construct, and Essential Smeltery with 2 brass plates, we get the Thaumian Essential Smeltery, which is just an improved version of the previous one. Now that, it's what we're going to use in order to fill some jars. Jars that are going to be placed around, all around here. Actually, let me just craft those, because that's a pretty easy recipe, right? Yeah, it's just some glass panes and slabs. Right, so we're gonna need at least 3 of them. If you want to make more smelteries or just, you know, in order to make it faster, that's alright. But yeah. So in my case, you could go for, I believe it's 2, maybe 3 tall, and that works. That's fine. But there is also another way using these slurry pumps, which also help not creating in so much V, or not letting some more corruption into the world. So we're gonna put 2 of them. We're gonna get this one back, and we're gonna place them like so. Alright, now we should also have here an auxiliary venting port. I believe that's what it's called, yep. And we're gonna put one on the back, and the wiki says that you can put it on sides, so I don't really know if we can put another one on the bottom side. Alright, so we crafted 3 emptying Essentia transfusers. The reason we made 3 is obviously because we have 3 different alembics, right? We're gonna put them right here in front of them, and the one thing you should know, they only work one way. That means that they will shoot off wherever they have in their inventories, aspects that is, but only in that direction. If it were looking out the other way, none of these jars would be filled, right? So with that in mind, you should also remember that these Essentia transfuser have a 16 block range, which is pretty neat. You can have, you don't have to have all your jars just here next to the transfusers, right? So 16. Now, because of how this is set up, if I put here, you can put any fuel in here. If you use Elementum, it will be a bit faster, but since we have a time in the bottle, doesn't really matter. So in this case, we're gonna burn charcoal, and that's gonna give us those two essences, right? Okay, now with the filling Essentia transfusers, if you just place them on top of your arcane alembics, and when I say on top of, I mean in this direction for reasons I have already explained, it will automatically extract everything. Yay! If one gets full, it will just jump to another one. If you want to make a, what's it called? A void jar, it's just the water jar with some predictor. And pretty sure that's already there. Yeah, so you just put C. And you can actually do it with existing ones. They won't disappear. So if we just put these in here, we'll get a void jar of ignis. Yay! And we'll also do that with this, just because. Alright, I put 2 empty Essentia transfusers in here. The reason I did these is because I'm not really sure which one of them is the one that really works, but yeah, that's the thing. Prior to the Thaumcraft, you had to put the essences or the aspects in the crucible and then just, get rid of the rests. But now that we have these, what we can make is we just put the, say for example, to make the tallows, you need magic tallow, and magic tallow requires ignis and rotten flesh. So the thing that you're going to throw in there, you're going to put it in here and you're going to select, oh, I want magic tallow. And in a second, the range of these is actually the same. Oh, you know why it's not working? Because it's not looking in that direction. Now I wonder, can we put it in here? No. Can we put it in here? Yep. That's working. That will probably mean that we'll have to move these ones at the front and just make a second line in there, which is not a problem. Now, as soon as it runs out of either the catalyst or the essentia, it will stop. But this is pretty neat to automate any kind of crafting recipe from Thaumcraft. Yeah, alright. Now, why did we make so much tallow? You'll be wondering. Well, we need to make the candles again, so you can use this as a regular crafting table. We're gonna get quite a lot actually. How many can you do? A stack and 17. Right. Okay. That will come in handy in just a second. For the time being, I'm gonna place them around like so. This is an entire chunk. And this is where we are going to be setting up our runic matrix very, very soon. Now, the more candles you put, the more stable your crafting will be. You should also keep in mind that this is a bit finicky. It requires you to make things symmetrical, which for those of you with OCD, same as me, that's cool. But for those of you who don't really care, just do mind this time. That's a thing. You can use tallow or candles from any color, really, and then you can also use mob heads. It's very easy to get your own head, although I don't really know if that works as a mob head. Anyways, our next step should probably be our runic matrix, which is not that difficult at all. So we're gonna get that. We either got this from a quest or from dungeons, but either way, oh, it is bricks. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and our niter in there to get our runic matrix. Awesome. Okay, for these we're gonna need a little altar and some pedestals. Pedestals from Thaumcraft. These ones here, arcane pedestals. So we're gonna need a few more slabs. Just to make the altar, we're gonna use one really. And oh no! I forgot, this isn't really symmetrical because it's a regular chunk. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of you. Can you vein mine all these? Yes, you can. And I'm gonna move one block away. And I'll expand the platform. Anyways, with our arcane pedestal in here, blank. When I say blank, is because we're gonna remove these in just a second. Actually, right now, we're gonna put our corners like so. Try not to fail as badly as I did, but you know, place the blocks correctly. All right, now we're gonna need some Sally's Moondies, and that should be here over my magic area. I believe you can right click anywhere on the structure and it will firm. Don't you worry if it doesn't, or it won't consume it. You know, if it doesn't work, it won't consume it. But there you go, that's our runic matrix. Now our runic matrix has a lot of different recipes, as you can see here. The ones I'm going to prioritize on are probably armor and more importantly, peace candles. Peace candles are going to be great because HV it's coming up very, very soon, probably next episode. And one of the earliest prerequisites for one of the earliest things to do in HV is going to space, going to the moon. So yeah, after you go to the moon, mobs won't care about light, so they will spawn anywhere they can, really. So lit areas are not protected anymore, and your walls, well, they won't protect you or either because, you know, space spiders. Yeah, that's a thing. They all fly, and it's not nice. Anyways, I should make more pedestals, but the thing is, you always need to keep these symmetrical, right? So if I start with these, that's alright. We should put another one in here, and everything it's organized. Say for example, right now I only have 6 pedestals. I need to make more arcane stone, which is not a problem at all since we have automated these. If you don't know how to automate Knacker, hey, I do know how to say it now, Knacker. Do check it out. I think it's the last episode, but go ahead and watch them all. I mean, this is alright. Anyways, your pedestals have to be in a symmetrical way. Same as we did with the candles, and if you chose to use the mop heads, do remember they need to be symmetrical. So 3 here, I can also put 3 here, another 3 there, and I can expand it in many ways. The thing is, you will need as many pedestals as components for your recipe. These things that you can see on the other round mean that those are the things that you will be consumed, and the one thing that you put in the middle, that being this pedestal here, is the one that will turn into something different. Now one more time, if we have a look at the quests, interdiction torch, that's alright, and oop, we should have 2 of these on our inventory. Let's do all of that. Emptying. Oh, that's completed. Oh, I'm feeling. Oop, please. There you go. Let's put it back. And with these, we're going to get something very important. Well, it is important because we are going to utilize this, but now that we have access to the runic matrix, it's not a problem anymore, I guess. So the nice thing about the Essentia mirror is that it will transport your essences from wherever you have them stored or being produced to the location that you want to move them. Now, this Essentia mirror has an 8-block radius. Keep that in mind. Is that what you're using to move things around? I don't think the distance between Essentia mirrors really matter, but maybe interdimensions doesn't really work. I haven't tried. I won't. Do let me know if you do. While I said the radius is 8 blocks, that is in order to function with jars. In order to be connected to the runic matrix, it can be anywhere from 1 block to 16 blocks away. So if we set these, say for example here, it would work exactly the same. Also, Essentia travels through any kind of surface, so walls won't stop it from working, really. Just for convenience, I'm going to set this mirror in here, and that should work for now. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. In the next episode, I'll show you about stabilizers. Stabilizers is I'll show you a way on how to make these more stable, so we can craft the most difficult crafting things from the runic matrix with no problem. But anyways, I'll see you next time. Oh, and like and subscribe if you learned something new, of course.
What?
You haven't subscribed to this channel yet?
You know it's fun, right? I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but give it a try, and then you can tell me if it's good or not. I'll cut you a deal.
The subscribe button is available
For free, and that's a great price.